All right, today we're going to look at the threading for a Baby Lock Brilliant. And I just got finished with this service, so this is a good time to do it. All right, so we're going to start by lifting the cover and looking in the top area. Let's do a quick walk around just to look at the parts up here. So starting on the right over here, we have your bobbin winder. So this is your bobbin winder stand and the stop that stops the bobbin from winding, over winding. It stops it at the right position as long as the stop is set correctly. If your bobbin is winding outside of the bobbin or not enough, where it's too little in the bobbin, you can loosen this screw and slightly turn this, and then it will allow you to wind the correct amount of thread on the bobbin. Over here is your bobbin pretension. This is only used for when you're winding a bobbin, and we'll go over that in a minute. Here's your horizontal spool pin. This is the medium-sized spool cap. Baby Lock has 4 different sizes. And you always want to use a spool cap that has a larger diameter than your spool of thread to avoid it getting caught on the edge of the spools, which have little burrs on them. Next over here is where your thread first enters the machine. Underneath here is your upper tension, pretension, and then down into your tension. This is your upper tension control. So typically you want it set on 4. Anywhere in that black area is default, but if everything is set correctly, it should be on 4. All right, so let's move on to winding a bobbin. All right, first, this machine uses class 15 bobbins. You'll see this one has kind of a little bit of a blue tint to it. These are typically the bobbins that Baby Lock sells. They have a little bit of more flexibility than some of the clear or yellowish ones, and they have they're a little bit more rounded, but it's very slight. But these are really great 15 class bobbins for almost any machine. I love these a lot. So you're going to put that on your the bobbin winder. You take your thread, put it on your horizontal spool pin, then your spool cap. Note that this one is larger than the spool of thread, so the thread should come off of the spool and ride on the spool cap and never touch this spool. It's going to be close on this one, and you can test it. Well, actually, this one will actually touch. We may want to switch to the larger spool cap. It's always good to have the right one, because it can definitely make a difference in your sewing quality and to avoid damage. So I'm actually going to switch to the next one up. Now the thread is guaranteed. You want to use the smallest one that'll do the job. You don't want it to have a really steep angle, right? But this one's going to be great. So you're going to go in there. You're going to go into number 1 up here. And you're going to bring it down. Go over, follow the dotted line. The dotted line on the machine is for winding. The solid line is for threading the machine. So then you'll come back up. Now we're going to go over to the pretension. You're going to go on the back of it, and you're going to come up like this on the left side. I would hold onto this thread just a little bit, because you want to pull this thread underneath that little pretension button so that it squeezes on the thread. Okay. Now let's go over to the winder. Let's get a closer shot on this. Now on the winder, these little slits that are in there, there's blades in there. Those are cut-off blades. So you're going to put your bobbin on. You're going to go around a few times, and then you're going to put your thread into that slit and pull it. That's it. On other machines, you put your thread up through the hole on the bobbin. You don't have to do that on a Baby Lock. Most Baby Locks have this cutoff system. It is much better, much cleaner. So we do that. You're going to push it to the right. Okay. And then you can either use the foot control, or on this one, it has a start-stop button right down here. And I'm going to go ahead and use that. and that'll wind the bobbin. I'm actually going to stop it there because I already have one wound, and that's going to be just good for demonstration purposes. So then you can also just cut the thread off there, and you're good to go. Now let's look at threading the upper thread. So you can go ahead and pull this thread back out, and we're going to follow essentially the same path. You're going to go in the back, follow the solid line this time. You can see I'm kind of holding this thread. I do that to kind of make sure that it's not loopy like this, like it's going to be a straight line as it moves through. So you're going to go over here. Make sure at this point that your presser foot down here is up. Okay? Use the lever in the back and raise your foot. What that does is it opens up the tension discs and allows the thread to go in where it's supposed to. If you have the foot down, those discs will be closed, and the thread might just lay on top or fall to the side, and then you'll start out with no tension at all and have to rethread. So make sure that presser foot is up. Okay? Again, I hold this side just out of habit because, you know, being a technician, I know exactly what that thread's supposed to look like in there, and it's just good habit to do this. And you're not holding tightly, you're just making sure that it's taut through the system. So then you're going to go down, you're going to make a U-turn down here at number 3, and you'll feel it kind of click past something. It's the check spring down there. So if you're holding on the right side and you kind of pull on this, you'll feel it springy now. That means it's in the check spring. Okay? The next thing, rotate your hand wheel until down in here you can see the take-up lever. Let's see if we can get a peek on that. All right, it's not real easy to see, but that silver piece in there, that's your take-up lever. Okay? And you'll see that it kind of has a shape that's like this. It's got a hook. Okay? It's like this. And you want to bring your thread up on the right side of it and hook it into it. So we're going to come up with the thread. Let me back up just a little bit here. You're going to come up on the right side of this hole, and you're going to go to the left side of the hole, and it will get into that take-up lever. Make sure that the take-up lever is up near the top. Hey there. I rarely come out in front of the camera. I kind of just go right to the business and show you what to do. But what I've noticed is that the vast majority of people that come and visit my channel have not subscribed. If you could just take a moment and subscribe to the channel, like the video if it helps you, it makes a huge impact on my ability to make more videos in the future to help you keep sewing smoothly. I'd really appreciate it. It's free. Obviously, there's other ways that you can contribute, either becoming a patron on Patreon or going to our shop or becoming a member here. All those things are great. But for free, if you would subscribe to the channel and like the video, I would endlessly appreciate it. All right, back to the video. All right, now that we're coming down here, there is a guide right below the needle clamp. You can see this horizontal bar that's right here. You want your thread to go from the right side to the left side, into there. I'm trying to do it around the camera. There we go. So it goes into there. Now this machine has a needle threader, which is really great. Okay, there is a lever up here on the side that will lower this. And you want to do it slowly. You don't want to do some karate chop movement with it, like really fast. But before we start, let's zoom in so you can see exactly how you're going to put this in. All right, this right here. Your thread is going to go into this notch, and then it's going to go up into number 7, and you're going to pull it back. On the side of the machine, you have a little cutoff blade, so you can just go and trim the thread off there. Now you're going to lower this down to the bottom. Like I said, don't do it in one fast movement. Bring it down to the bottom first, then push it the rest of the way. I wanted to show you something. It wouldn't rotate. All right? The reason is, and this is very common, people say, oh, my thread is not going to work. It's not going to work. You want to get your presser foot out of the way, and you also want to make sure that your needle is in its highest position. So, first things first, go over here, press this button twice, or at least until the needle is at its high position. It'll go down and then it'll go up, okay? And then drop your foot down. Now you're going to lower the threader down until it reaches the bottom and pause when you feel any resistance, and then push it the rest of the way. It's going to do a fast motion and thread the needle. You'll see that there's a loop in the back, and you just pull your thread through so that now it's coming down through the eye of the needle into the back. Raise your presser foot, put your thread down through the foot and toward the back. Now we're going to deal with the bobbin. Again, 15 class bobbins for this machine. Now, when you wind, sometimes you may end up with a little tail sticking out right here. This little guy here. This little guy right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim that off real quick. You don't want anything sticking out from the bobbin case. Now that that's trimmed off, we're going to look at this bobbin. Back up just a little. Look at this bobbin. Now, the bobbin could have the thread coming off the right side, or the bobbin could have the thread coming off the left side. There's only one correct way in this machine to do it. Now, the rule for all sewing machines is you always want the thread spool, or the bobbin, to reverse direction from the direction the thread is exiting. So if the thread is exiting left, you want the bobbin to rotate right, and vice versa. Let's take a look at this machine. Now this machine will sometimes come with a little diagram on this clear window showing you the correct way. This particular one is an alternate case, and it just shows different guidelines on it. So we're going to take that off. Instead, on this machine, they have the diagram right here. All right. And if we zoom in on that diagram for a moment, you'll see that the thread in this machine, the thread is coming off the left side and making a U-turn and going in this direction. Okay? So let's take a look at how it goes in here. The thread will go in. It's going to go into this track. And what this track is doing for you is that this track will allow the thread to get into the tension, which is down below here. You can't even see it. But if you follow this path, they've made it very easy to where it will go into the tension. It already has. And then you go up to the top, bring the thread around, and like the arrow shows, just go in this direction. There's a blade right underneath here. You pull it, and it will cut it off. Okay? Now, I want to show you something, because I like to show the why, not just the how. So I just showed you the how. Now, it's in the tension. The thread will be exiting this way, to the left. Now, if you notice, it's moving away as the thread is going to the left. It's rotating away from it. If I were to put it in the wrong way, and I pull the thread to the left, you'll see now it's rotating to the left, releasing the thread. That can cause the machine to, the bobbin to overspin and jam up the machine. So you definitely don't want to do that. Definitely follow the instructions because they are important. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to rethread that again. Put it underneath there, around the guide, cut it off. Put our cover back on, and we're good to go. On this machine, it's great because you don't have to pull the bobbin thread up to the top. It just stays cut right here, and it's exactly the right length and in the right place for the thread to catch it and to pull it up to the top on its own. All right. Our upper thread should still be through the presser foot over here and toward the back of the machine. All that's left to do is to put your fabric in, press your start-stop button or your foot control, and you're good to go. Hopefully that was a help to you, and if so, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. A lot of people watch the videos and then just take off, and I get it, totally. It's free to subscribe. It helps the channel a lot for me to be able to make more videos. So subscribing and liking. If you can do those two things for me, that would be awesome, and I'd really appreciate it. There are other ways to support the channel. If you want to, you can join Patreon and become a patron. You can join here at YouTube and become a member. We also have a store with different products with our logo on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.